What if I told you the biggest threat to college football in 2026 isn't NIL, realignment, or the transfer portal? It's the playoff model. And the man at the center of it is SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey. He's not just advocating for a different playoff format, he's effectively laying the groundwork for a college football super league. And whether you realize it or not, it could change everything. Rankings, recruiting, rivalries, even who gets to compete. My name is Zach, welcome to the Sports Corner at Choose Adventure Media, and let's get into it. In 2026, the college football playoff is expanding to 16 teams. That's basically certain at this point. But what's still up for debate is how those 16 teams are selected. Greg Sankey and Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti are pushing for a format that would give the SEC and Big Ten 4 automatic bids each, every single year. This is referred to as the 4-4-2-2-1 model. And right before SEC Media Days in late May, Sankey dropped this quote: "I don't need lectures from others about the good of the game. I don't lecture others about the good of the game, or coordinating press releases about the good of the game. You can issue your press statement, but I'm actually looking for ideas to move us forward." But here's the twist. While Sankey pushes this plan in public, multiple reports say SEC coaches actually favor a completely different system. It's called the 5+11 model. So what's really going on here? Let's rewind for a second. Back in 2024, a group called College Sports Tomorrow tried to form a college football super league, a 70-team breakaway that would centralize revenue, restrict player movement, and run its own schedule and playoff. It failed. Schools pushed back, fans hated it. But the key idea, locking power into the hands of a few, hasn't gone away. The 4-4-2-2-1 model? Let's be honest, it's the Super League rebranded. A system that guarantees the same conferences dominate every year, whether they earn it or not. Let's break the two models down. Model number 1, the 4-4-2-2-1 model, let's call this the Super League model. This gives 4 automatic bids to the SEC, 4 for the Big Ten, 2 for the ACC, 2 for the Big 12, and 1 for the top-ranked Group of 6 champion. The Group of 6 are all the other conferences besides the ones I just listed. This leaves 3 at-large bids remaining. That's 13 of the 16 spots pre-allocated, a conference-based quota system. Model number 2, the 5+11 model, which is the model SEC coaches prefer and is what's best for college football as a whole. This gives 4 auto bids for the 4 Power 4 champions, the SEC, the Big Ten, the Big 12, and the ACC, 1 for the highest ranked Group of 6 champion, and 11 at-large bids, based purely on the final playoff rankings. The 5+11 model gives teams freedom to earn their way in, regardless of what conference they play in or who finishes ahead of them. Alright, time to get into how the numbers work. In 2026, we're looking at 16 teams in the SEC, 18 in the Big Ten, 17 in the ACC, 16 in the Big 12, plus Notre Dame and a rotating cast of strong Group of 6 contenders. So we've got 68 legitimate playoff hopefuls every year. Let's compare the odds of getting in under each model, assuming you don't win your conference. Under the Super League model, this gives out 13 automatic bids, leaving only 3 at-large spots available. Realistically, Notre Dame's going to take one of those most years. That leaves 2 spots for 55 Power 4 teams, since we can almost guarantee there won't be 2 Group of 6 teams in the playoffs in the same year. That's a 3.6% chance to make the playoff if you're not one of the conference champions. Your path is basically blocked. Under the 5+11 model, this gives out 5 auto bids, leaving 11 at-large bids remaining. Let's assume Notre Dame takes 1. That leaves 10 spots for 63 other Power 4 teams. That's a 16.1% chance for any team to earn a spot based purely on rankings and resume. By choosing the 5+11 model, you increase your chances of making the playoffs by over 4 times. So let's be clear. In the Super League model, the SEC and Big Ten benefit the most. Not because they get more teams in total, but because their middle tier teams are protected. You could finish 4th in the SEC standings, lose 3 times, and still have a playoff bid locked up. Meanwhile, if you're in the ACC or Big 12, that second auto bid is do or die. Also under the Super League model, conference championship games turn essentially into NBA play-in games. There wouldn't be something between the 2 highest ranked teams in the conference, they're already guaranteed a playoff spot. There would most likely be something between the 4th and 5th ranked teams in the SEC and Big 10, or the 2nd and 3rd ranked teams in the ACC and Big 12. Conference championship games would no longer be a celebration of the league's best, but an elimination match just to survive. It punishes depth in the smaller conferences. One of the reasons why we love the Big 12 so much is it's absolutely crazy every single year. And it removes the reward for being the 3rd or 4th best team in a perceived easier league. Now let's talk about recruiting, because this format doesn't just decide who makes the playoff. It affects who's going to sign the 5-star recruits. If you're a high school recruit looking at offers, and the SEC can promise 4 guaranteed playoff teams every year, while the Big 12 only gets 2, why would you go to the Big 12? That's a rigged playing field. Over time, talent flows to the programs with the best playoff access. The rich get richer, and recruiting parity dies. In effect, you're creating a cartel, where the playoff system itself helps preserve dominance for a few conferences. So again, why would Greg Sankey want this? Because it guarantees power, money, and control. TV partners love certainty. Playoff appearances boost school value. And the more the SEC dominates, the easier it is to expand influence and negotiate bigger TV deals. One of the main points those in favor of the Super League make. Even if the coaches, the people actually competing, prefer the fairer model, Sankey's pushing the format that locks up real estate on the playoff bracket. It's not illegal, but it is calculated. This isn't just a playoff model. It's the SEC trying to build a structural advantage into the postseason. That's not competition, that's architecture. If the SEC and Big Ten really are the best, prove it. You don't need 4 automatic bids, you just need to win games. The Big Ten had 4 teams make it in 2024, with only 12 teams making the playoff. So, it should be easier for them to make it when there are 16 teams in the CFP. The 5+11 model rewards excellence. The Super League model rewards alignment. College football is better when the best teams, not just the best brands, make the playoff. Don't let the Super League in through the side door. So what do you think? Which model is better for college football? Which one is better for your team? Drop a comment below, and if you love deep dive content that goes beyond the headlines, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm Zach, this is the Sports Corner at Choose Adventure Media, and the battle for the soul of the playoff is just getting started. I'll see you in the next one.